Vaush streams kind of gotten boring for me. Uh-oh. Dun 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 dun. Vaush back in 2020, really liked his streams, barely watched all last year, not once this year. Maybe I'm missing the good streams. I don't feel the same energy in streams when he does content now. He doesn't seem to want to collaborate that often, go on either conservative shows in front of it. Okay, so here a couple of issues really quick. Wait, let's finish the thing. And confront their ideas in person, which is why other streamers are growing. First of all, the only other streamer you're referring to here is Destiny. I don't like I don't like spending multiple days off streaming and flying all the way across the country and risking COVID to talk to an idiot in person. I genuinely don't think they're worth my time. Tim Pool's show is big enough that I'll suffer for it, but for the most part, this is not something I want to do that much. Seriously, everyone does online shows. That's fine. The problem with debating conservatives is that there are not good debates anymore. I'm really sorry to say this, guys. Right now, conservatives are all Fourth Reich posting. They're pretty much completely consolidated behind we're aware of the fact that we're lying and evil. The only conversations I actively don't want to have are ones in which I just agree with the person and there's not any real worth to it, or ones in which the other person has no actual interest in there's no stakes involved whatsoever. It doesn't feel like there's that much to debate, to be honest, because their positions are objectively incorrect. Dylan has gone on the Crucible a few times, and honestly, yeah, it's just Dylan being right and the other person gargling raw sewage. The Crucible is the thing done by Big Papa Fascist, right? That's his thing, I think. I don't mind the debates with idiots necessarily. The problem is oftentimes the people who I'm debating, what I've noticed, and this is the case with Hinkle or Sneeko or whatever, it's that there are no stakes to the debate. They'll come in and say something incorrect, factually, and you'll correct them, and they'll go, and they'll move on to the next thing. There's no engagement, and afterwards, their entire audience is completely unconcerned with the fact that they acted that way because they have reached the final stage of fascist interlocution, which is where you just don't care whether or not something is true or false anymore. That's the final stage of the far right. It's you reach a point where, can you imagine having a debate with a Nazi back in 38 or something, in America, an American Nazi who supports the Nazi party back in Germany? Can you imagine having a debate with them? Do you think you'd ever get a position on them where they pause to think for a second, or they go or they change their mind? People who are that far gone are usually ideologically comfortable with the concept of anti-empiricism. This is the reason why Nick Fuentes will say something objectively wrong, get proven wrong in it, and then keep saying it. Or when he finds studies that disprove what he says, he'll call them Jewish lab coat studies. They know they're wrong, and it doesn't matter to them. Being right is of secondary concern to having power. These debates are not interesting, and I also don't gain anything from them. Literally nothing. Anybody with an audience that's trained to appreciate behavior like that is too far gone to even engage with. Maybe you can get a couple people off the edge, but it's pretty tough there. It's just difficult to find debates these days. The nature of conservative engagement is shifting quite a bit from what it was back when I started the channel. There will always be people who do the I miss the old Vaush post, but that's okay. And a lot of them just don't debate anymore, yeah. Do you think they feel the same way about the left where they know they're wrong, they don't care, and they spew their garbage? I think that's one of the interesting splits. There are fascists who believe the left is different and prioritizes truth, but don't care. And there are fascists who think the left is as dishonest and that they're all playing the same game. I'm not sure how relevant it is when it comes to talking to them, but, start hitting the red pill stuff maybe. I mean, I've been talking a lot about it lately. The problem is a lot of people want debate specifically, but debating is a two-way street. You need literally at least one other person to do it, and it's pretty difficult. Do you think there are any rhetorical strategies to make that kind of debate worthwhile? No. You guys realize what we're really talking about in situations like that is arguing with a petulant 9-year-old who's having a fit. Have you ever seen a kid get really angry and their response to it was to be a stubborn asshole, but they're not rational? So they'll disagree with everything you say, whether or not it makes sense or is in their benefit or not. They're just disagreeing to disagree. I would feel as much fulfillment out of arguing with them. But you can find other types of content to engage with. Yeah, Vaush and his little bitch boy ass always comes up with the same cat boy ass excuse. Ooh woo, I don't really message first, guys. Sorry, I'm a really shy cat boy. I can't help it. Typed with one hand. Don't ban them. I'm not banning anyone. That being said, is little bitch ass catboy uwu fucking head ass bullshit. What is wait, what is this? What are we talking about? Yes, I don't like emailing people first, okay? I'm like cry about it. If seriously, if you're enough of a fan of mine that you would whine about it in my subreddit, then email them and go, hey, you should debate Vaush. Literally, I'm sorry. If you're that mad about it, just do it. People email me all the time saying, hey, you should talk to this person. You should debate this person. If they can do that for them, you can do that for me. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. But then don't complain here. Jesus. As far as little cats and only streaming to chill with his main subscribers, ass literal cats on stream way too much, head ass lame gay ass streams. What are these people? Oh my god, I'm so tired today because I'm a man baby who can't sleep at the right time. Lame excuse, have an ass need to tighten the what? Why are the it's like the Reddit here is so much worse than my chat in so many ways. This is clearly a bait. It's a 50% bait. It's a sea of him screaming no to his main chat with rare island sightings of podcasts with Brown and Joygray. Like, what the I mean, I went on, in the past week alone, the Young Turks Rising, the Bad Faith pod. Okay. Oh, this person has my, okay, that's nice. A lot of the problem is conservatives have changed in the past 3 years. There aren't really conservatives interested in debating their ideas on the basis of their merits and objective reality. Now, if Vaush wants to debate a conservative, will always devolve into them reciting their NPC dialogue. Now, I, people who like, people who have joined the stream recently may not remember this, but I swear to God, back in 2019 and 2020, Trump supporters would earnestly argue the economic benefits of his policies, and they would like get frustrated when they realized they didn't have the evidence to back up their points. I would have econ debates with Trump supporters, and they would care about what they were saying. That doesn't happen anymore. That's not real anymore. That can't happen anymore. It just doesn't. No Trump supporter would do that. You would say like, hey, immigration is actually good for the economy and here are studies. And they would just look at you and laugh and then start like reciting some shit about how like, like keep them out, build the wall. Like they don't care. The thing is shifted over significantly. It's a difficult environment for like debate. It really is. There's other stuff that I'm trying to focus on. This is why I'm trying to focus more on like self-help stuff, men's issues, self-help. If we like talk about gym stuff, I mean, I need to get my costochondritis fixed before I can do any working out myself, unfortunately. But all that stuff, like or like dating or whatever. I'm trying. I'm. There are so many guys. There are so many things I want to talk about. This isn't an easy environment to do this stuff, you know? YouTube's copyright claim and DMCA systems are insane, making it more and more difficult to react to content. Why do you think we don't do Jubilee? Why do you think we don't do like Vox or Vice? Why do you think we don't do a bunch of the React stuff that we used to? It's because a bunch of stuff that I used to feel comfortable reacting to, now I don't know if it could just nuke the channel. Con debates are really difficult to get these days, I think, because they're either like an unbelievable waste of time, or it would only benefit them to be on my show because they can just be an idiot for any length of time, and I can just give them the the sort of the breadth of my audience. It's important to figure this stuff out. I feel like a lot of people. So this is what I want you to understand. Okay, the longer here, let me draw a diagram. The longer you do any kind of content, the more people are going to start claiming they miss the old Vaush. Okay. So if you can imagine linear time, and I know what a painful thing to imagine, right? But if you can imagine linear time moving across like this, okay? Imagine like as time goes on, my audience's interest is kind of like a wave, right? And initially it's small, like this, but it builds with time. And it's like a slanted, it's like a weighted bell bell distribution, right? So like this is where I am right now, where the majority of my audience is here with me right now. But as time goes on, there will be more and more people who prefer stuff that happened in the good old days or whatever. Now, a lot of this is red-tinted goggles nostalgia bullshit. If you unironically think that I was more of a like a better speaker back then, you're delusional. I've gone back and watched myself in 2019 or 2020, okay? I looked worse, I talked worse, I made worse points, my positions were worse. In every empirical sense, in those senses at least, it's only been an improvement. I yelled a lot more and I was louder, but I find my old behavior quite cringy now. Like, Man, back in 2019, I feel like I was so desperate to prove that I wasn't like those other lefties, that I was edgier and more willing to be mean. And I feel like me chilling out now isn't just me calming down or getting less interested. It's also like me dialing it back because at some points I was being like annoying and like performative. Yeah. And I don't feel like I'm performative at all these days. Whenever I do a big shouting thing, I never feel like it's done for any reason other than because I'm having fun. Like shouting at chat earlier when I shouted at those two chatters, that just right from the heart. Right from the heart, right here. But back then, I know this is true because I was me back then. There are times where it's very visibly obvious that I'm like trying to be what I am. So in that respect, I think things have gotten better. Now, it is true that it used to be way easier to just like pop on a stream and talk to people and just have Nazis come on and like argue with them. But here's the thing, guys. Time only moves in one direction. I want to do the best I can with the channel, and obviously there are some things that I wish were easier to do that used to be easier, but the YouTubers who die, the YouTubers who like fall out of relevance are the ones who don't understand like the changing times, right? I don't want to be like, oh, I wish I could just do more debates like the old days. Oh, I just wish I could do more debates like the old days forever and ever and ever. Like it'll be like 2024, 2025, 2026, and it'll be like, oh, I wish I could. That's stupid, man. There are so many things I do better now. So I'm not perfect, but I want to focus on stuff that I think is good, stuff that moves the dialectic forward, engagement, discussion. Like hell, look at panel streaming. Panel streaming on Twitch is dead right now. When Destiny left was banned from Twitch, and Dylan ended the Hippy Dippy podcast, like people who floated entirely off of panel streaming, they like it just fell apart, you know? You have to be able to kind of see where things move. And there are, you know, it's all dog panels now. Yes, well, white women need representation as well. Hey DM. Yes, that's true, Somnio. And yeah, now Dylan does like really cool journalism stuff. Does everyone get where I'm coming at? Also, does anyone else think this kind of looks like Chad with like the spiky hair and like the nose and the chins this point a little bit maybe? Maybe more modern day debates. Yeah, the problem with that is that I hate moderated debates so much. The problem with that is that if a person disagrees with me, they're retarded, and I want to tell them that. I do not want it. If a person disagrees with me, they should just be able to hop on. I hate the artifice. I hate the framing and the pseudo professionalism. Not a mark against James, by the way. I like James a lot. But I don't like that at all. I don't like having to listen to them make a stupid point for 3 minutes because it's their turn. If I have to interrupt them to get over their bad point, then I will. I don't care. It's like, okay, sure, they can cry about it. Make a better point then. Like the conversation with that anti-porn Muslim guy who it turns out later was pro-child marriage, children. If that was a regular debate and not a structured thing, I would have found that out in the first 5 minutes and spent the entire time calling him a pedophile. But because of like the structured nature of back and forth debates, we're like, ah, yes, thank you for points A, B, and C. Now for me to reply with my points D, E, and wait, maybe C, D, E, F. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I doubted that for a second. I just, if people want to hop on, they can hop on, you know? I like when you have conversations like what happened on Rising. Would you be open to more of that? Yeah, I'll have conversations as long as it's on their big platform. People always come on my streams, you know? Very rarely do I get the opportunity to benefit from somebody else's platform, and I'll take advantage of that when I can. Vaush Cord says Canoe streams Jubilee all the time. Canoe streams on Twitch. I think I got the point across. Fortress Arc was a mistake. Damn, people don't understand. That's okay. He could do a lot more. I remember a while back, Destiny was saying, what if Vaush, Hassan, and other lefty streamers got together and did a reality show where they started a workers' co-op? How does Destiny manage to be retarded while being a smart guy? How does he... What the what? 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 uh... That'd be a good reality show content. Actually, maybe I'm not giving it enough credit. What does that even mean? Well, it'd be like a sitcom, right? Like we'd all be at like a organic fair trade like coffee shop or something, and you know, it'd be there'd be like bits like all the streamers, including me, except for Hassan, would feign back injury, so he would carry in like the deliveries. It'd be like, oh, I'm sorry, Hassan, I hurt my back. Can you get this? And he's like, oh, okay. And then I like wink at the camera, so, you know, like all bullshit like that. Wait, but I kind of like that though. Yeah, they'd all vote you off the island. Hey, I have barista experience. Okay, I would be the one you'd want to keep there. Thank you.